What if I told you that the most dangerous battle of World War II wasn't fought with tanks or bullets, but with a single piece of paper? Picture this. January 1945. The frozen Ardennes forest is still soaked in American blood, 19,000 soldiers dead. And while their bodies are being pulled from the snow, one British general steps in front of a microphone and does something unforgivable. He smiles. Field Marshal Bernard Montgomery, the hero of El Alamein, stood before the world's press and basically said he single-handedly saved the Americans from disaster. He called the bloodiest battle of the war interesting and tricky. He used the word "I" so many times that reporters lost count. But here's where it gets crazy. 300 meters away, the most powerful military commander on Earth was reading a transcript of that speech, and his hands were shaking. See, Dwight Eisenhower had spent 3 years babysitting Montgomery's ego. He had swallowed every insult, smiled through every demand, but this was different. Montgomery had just publicly humiliated the entire American army. He had taken credit for a victory that cost American boys everything, and he did it with a smirk. So what did Eisenhower do? He picked up a pen and wrote the most dangerous letter of the war, not to Hitler, not to Stalin, to his own superiors. And the message was simple. It's him or me. Choose. Think about that. The Supreme Allied commander was willing to resign to throw away everything rather than tolerate one more day of this man's arrogance. When Montgomery's own chief of staff rushed to warn him, you know what Monty said? He laughed. Eisenhower would never fire me. He needs me. 24 hours later, that same man was writing a groveling apology, calling himself Eisenhower's devoted servant. The most famous general in the British Empire had to beg for his job. He kept his rank. He kept his command. But from that moment on, he was finished. The Americans took the lead. Montgomery became a footnote. And here's the lesson that still matters today. You can be brilliant, you can be talented, you can win every battle. But the moment you stop respecting the people bleeding beside you, that's the moment you lose everything. Montgomery thought he was bigger than the mission. Eisenhower proved that nobody is.